Hey guys, so it's Anisha Collins again, and I'm so excited about this episode because I'm here to talk to you guys about someone that I think has strongly influenced my work ethic. So he doesn't even know what I'm going to ask him. This is totally like on the fly for him. Okay, so my next question is, and this is more because you've been in the work field for 30 something years, and you may not own your own business or be a creative, but you've been around personalities, right? You know, I'm sure you met a plethora of people.
Oh yeah.
So what advice would you give, because most of my audience is creative, so photographers, cinematographers. I do have brides, but they may or may not watch. This is more for the creative side. What advice would you give for people who deal with, I'm trying to find the right verbiage.
Celebrities?
No. You know, I don't, celebrities don't mean, not being rude, but I don't get starstruck. Like advice for dealing with people who like talk bad about you when it's not true, or attack you because you're good. You know, those are things that are common for creatives, and I feel like it could be common in the workforce, because I've had conversations even with mommy where, you know, she's in the nursing field and she'll work 110% and somebody works 50% and they get, you know, attention and accolades, and she's like, but I'm busting my behind over here and you don't even give me a pat on the back. So what advice would you give to a creative that deals with, you know, being attacked for who they are, or just anything negative, you know, as far as interactions are with people?
Well, like I told you when you were growing up, and I said to Nisha and David, I said, listen, people are entitled to opinions. They're gonna praise you and they're gonna criticize you. Now everybody likes being appraised. Being criticized is a little tough, it really is. You kind of have to adjust to it. In the beginning, it's hard. It's like a slap in the face. It depends who slaps you.
That's true.
You either slap them back, or depending you're not, depending who the person is. You have to take it, I think at the moment or at the time that it happens and wherever it happens. With my job, I compare my job to a policeman. It's just that I'm not carrying a gun. Believe me, I've heard stories, I've been criticized, I've been hit with a bottle, I've been knifed, when I mean knifed, I haven't been stabbed. I had people pull out knives, I had people, had dogs attack me, but yet again, I had people praise me, I had people thank me, I had people said, hey, you know, you're the best. So you kind of balance that out. But when it comes to the negative part, after all these years, like I tell people, yeah, after a while, even bugs are affected by bug spray after all these years. But you just have to grow with it. You just have to learn how to let it bounce off. You have to learn how to not let it get into your system. You have to learn that, okay, if they're right, you know, then fix it, right? But they're not your creator. I'm your creator. I can talk about you, but if they're not your creator, then I wouldn't worry about it. And you should let those things go and move on what you do. And don't forget that there's jealousy amongst the people. And they're not going to tell you, but when they see you fall down, you're keeping them company. Yes.
Yeah, misery loves company. And I know sometimes you can come behind someone and you just excel faster, you know, or quicker. And when I realized that, like just even looking at other people, it's someone who comes behind you doing what you do, they are going to excel faster because you've given them the resources to skip the steps that you had to do. Like there's steps that I had to do that some of you guys who are now part of like my education group or my YouTube channel, you're not going to have to do because I'm telling you how to just go zoop, you know? So you mentioned him earlier on, but I know that Bruce Lee's like your favorite. I wouldn't say your idol, but you admire him. I'm sure he's inspired you in different ways, and you know, I have my own people that I like as well. What is it about Bruce Lee that like you just
Well, he was different. Here's a guy who's 5'7", 140 pounds. He broke the barriers. He said, look, you're not bad, but this is better. But if that's the way you want, if that's what you want to do, fine. He never insulted anybody. He never embarrassed anybody unless they deserved it. And what he said was, if I could do it and I'm a little guy, then you could do that too. The one thing I liked about Bruce Lee in his movies was that he separated the two. He was a sociable guy, but when the time came for him to fight, he fought, and then it was over. That's it. He walked away. And I liked that personality. Now, I mean, I'm not out there to fight people and stuff like that. I wouldn't be. You and David probably wouldn't be here if I did. But I admire that, and I kind of used his personalities and traits for my job, I said to myself, look, you know, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it this way and that way and this until it gets done. And then when I'm finished, I'll walk away. And then I'll do it the next day, the next day. And what I liked about Bruce Lee, he was different. He didn't copy from anybody, but he was very talented. I didn't have the talent like he has, but I had talents elsewhere other than what he has. So I kind of incorporated that into my work ethics. Now, a few things in my personality I incorporated that he has. I won't talk about it because I'll probably get arrested. But
okay.
no, I won't. But you know, I do admire the guy to this day still.
So I know also, and people laugh. They don't laugh like in a negative way, but like I like rock music. I like country. I like my playlist is. I can go from classical to like I said, to rock to country. And I know that the group Queen is one of your favorites. Now, I don't know if you like the group as a whole or just, I always mess up his name, Freddie Mercury. Is it him that you like? Is it the group as a whole? Like, what makes them stand out as your like favorite?
Well, Queen was like Bruce Lee. Queen were 4 Brits who opened up the envelope. They played country, rock, they played jazz, they played R&B. It might not sound like that to its pure form, but they incorporated in their music. And if you listen to some of their hits, you can listen to especially the notes and the twirl and the guitar and the way Freddie Mercury plays and the way John Deacon plays the bass. If you had your eyes closed, you would. When I remember when Another One Bites the Dust came out, everybody thought that was an African American group, and I kept on telling them, no, that's Queen. Well, who's Queen? Come here, let me show you. Listen to these guys, man. And it wasn't until when Another One Bites the Dust, that's when the R&B started picking up Queen. I had Queen since they first started. I knew there was something about that group. So that's why I like Queen, because they took, just like, let me use an example, Peter Hernandez, AKA, what's that guy's name? The singer who sings that, in the groove, 24 Cat.
Oh, Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars.
Wow, Peter Hernandez. Oh, well, yeah.
Peter Hernandez is really Bruno Mars is really Peter Hernandez. And the reason why he changed his name to Bruno Mars is because he said if he used Peter Hernandez, he would be classified in Hispanic music. And he said, no, Bruno Mars, you can put me anywhere you want in the music industry. But as Peter Hernandez, he knew they were going to put him in the corner and to a market where he knew he was more outstanding, where he can reach out to more people of many cultures by changing his name. It's sad, but it's true. So that's what I liked about Queen, because they opened up the envelope. You
talked about standing out, Bruno Mars, Bruce Lee, Queen. Like, if you really listen to what you said, they all stood out because they were different, especially Bruno Mars. I mean, I can relate more to him because he's more of my time. The others, I kind of just watch what you watch. So let's talk about some fun, interesting facts. So, when did you really discover that I liked football and it wasn't just
easy
thing?
When you were very young, you started seeing me wearing Dallas Cowboy caps, Dallas Cowboy jacket, and you had no idea what it was until you got a little older, and then you started noticing that on Sundays I was glued to the couch. But mommy wanted me to go shopping, go to grandma's house, and I said no. And you were like, why? Then when you saw why, I think you liked the sport. I think you liked the noise, the contact of all of a sudden people each other and making noise. But you grew to understand the game. That's what makes it worthwhile. Once you understand the game, like chess, football's like chess. Once you understand the moves and the strategy, and then it's a unique sport.
So what do you think you taught me? It's like a weird, like a salad question, whatever. It's like mixed. What do you think you taught me that you see as far as like how I operate as a female and then as a female business owner? Like, do you see anything that you taught me just being a parent?
Well, let's start with the female part. Not too many females are in this business by themselves. Some of them have partners. You are not. And I'm not sure if you're looking for one or if you want one, but you took a step out there and said, okay, what is out there? I don't know, well, let's see. As the second part of the question, which was?
Like, and now looking at it, well, you kind of answered both just now.
So, yeah.
Okay, so, hold on, I just lost the last question.
That part's gonna get edited.
Dang it. I was doing good too. Hold on. I don't remember the last question. So let's throw. I'm gonna throw a trivia in there because I get a lot of questions from people all the time, and one of them is like, how do you get over the hump of being a newbie? From the outside looking in, what did you see me do in my infant stages that really like projected me, that put me out there, even if people laughed or I wasn't sure what I was doing?
You did a lot of research. Like when you were stepping into the unknown, you said, okay, listen, I'm gonna study this, I'm gonna experience this, and then I'm gonna see if I like it. And if I am good at it, then I'm gonna go to the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. Like for example, when you did your first wedding, I'm pretty sure you were probably nervous and sweaty, but look at you now. Now you're like, let's go, let's finish it, come on, you know, because you know the steps, you know the procedure. But when you first got into there, it was like walking into a tornado or a hurricane. You know, a lot of things around you, and so you didn't know whether you stand still or high or whatever, but now you do. You're natural. So you took that step into the unknown, and once you find out you step into the unknown, it's not as hard as you think it is. That's experience. That's what you call experience. That's what you call learning experience.
What do you see, like when you see my work? I mean, you've seen it from, hey, Anisha, that's nice, to now. What do you see? Like, what emotions evoke from it?
When you take pictures, you get the joy out of people. I don't know if you curse at them. I don't know if you give them jokes.
Don't curse.
I don't know if
Jokes maybe.
I don't know if you tickle them.
No.
But when you take their picture, they're always smiling. Okay, and it's not a fake smile. It's a hearty smile. You know, especially at weddings.